Yes, I'm going to show you what we've been working at in Norway since 4 years. So we have a finished product. Well, version 1 is finished. We've got so many things that we can add to it. It's a new operating system. Today you have Linux that runs on mostly old servers that drive the internet. You've got Windows that home user use in a majority, and you've got Mac OS, and that's it. So why the need of a new OS? Okay, let's start with this one. In OSs, you know, OSs have been designed 33 years ago. The last new OS that was released was Mac OS. Before that, you had Unix, it's like 60 or 70 years ago, Unix. Then you have Linux, it's 50 years. Mac OS, 33 years. Windows, it's Windows 3.1 was in 90 or something, I think. So it's all old technology. I don't say it's bad technology. I think it's old technology. Now, the innovation when you use a computer, it doesn't come from the OS. The OS are static. You know, they establish the connection, they display the mouse, the icon, and that's all they do. If you want to have innovation on the cloud side, it's only in the browser. You have to open the browser, and then you have access to cloud, to cool things, to peer-to-peer networking, to all communication, but it's only in the browser. And it's only also in silos. You know, if you want to make a cloud application, you have to choose Microsoft Cloud, AWS, Google Cloud, and once you've made the choice, you have no choice anymore, because your code is dependent on the platform you choose. So once you've made the choice to choose Google, too bad for you. You stay with Google unless you rewrite everything. That's not my definition of freedom. Internet should be part of the OS. If internet is handled, all the cloud is handled at the lower level, it means that every application will use the cloud, okay? And friend is, you know, complexity, silos, limitation are consequences of the age of today's OSs, because the OS is still simple, but above, I mean, it's like a wild garden, and you've got big trees that takes all the space, the Google tree that's massive, you've got AWS tree, and under you've got everyone trying to fight to get to the light, but there is no more light in this garden. It's badly, you know, it's a garden that you don't want to go into. You want to go on the top of the Google tree, yeah, it's very comfortable over there, but you've got to pay, or you've got to receive adverts and share your data. Apps become more and more difficult to build because, of course, all the complexity is above, all the complexity is in the apps. So you've got tons of libraries. To develop on an Android phone, I mean, it's ridiculous. Android Studio is like 100 megs of code, of libraries, of things. When you run an application on an Android device, it takes like 5 minutes before you see it when you're developing. So it's awful for the developers. And now devices are becoming prison. You know, you have an iOS device, so it's iOS, it's Apple. You've got an Android device, it's better, but still it's Android, etc. Windows is Windows. So freedom has somehow disappeared. So now what we're offering is a new OS that reinvents cloud computing. Why? Because the OS is made as Chrome OS. I don't know if you've heard of Chrome OS. Chrome OS is a split system. You have the server, and on the top you have a client that runs in a browser. The server handles all the files and is also connected to all the cool server-side technologies like Apache, MySQL, everything. And the client side is connected to all the cloud technologies and integrated. And on the top of these two layers, you've got the apps that have access to the whole group, not only the server side, but also the client side. So we integrate everything. And there is no, now to make a cloud application, you do not need any library, you just open the cloud and that's it. It gives universal across any device, huge flexibility, because, of course, because the rendering is done in a browser. It's hidden, but it's in a browser, and we use the browser as just a very good rendering engine. And that's it. And if you don't know there's a browser, it's very fast. And we want to make a social OS, and you're going to see what I mean. So the modern architecture, client server similar to Chrome OS, server interfaces with all server-side technology, client interfaces with all browser-side technologies, apps have easy access to an unprecedented power of both combined, and if the OS is cloud, everything on the OS is cloud, of course. So I think I'm gonna make a demo. So escape, and this is FriendOS. So I was running this presentation in OnlyOffice, which is the office applications of FriendOS, and I was getting the files from my Google Drive, my normal Google Drive. That is just a drive in Friend, you know, just a drive with files and folders. There, this is the Linux drive of the server because I'm an administrator, so I can do that. Remember, it's an OS, so I've got access to Linux. This drive is somewhere in Norway. This drive as well. You know, there is no notion of distance. As soon as you share a file or folder inside a friend machine, it's available everywhere. And there is no fuss, no connection, no server settings, no nothing, it just works. So you've got a lot of applications. So the first one I'm going to show, that comes with the system. The first one I'm going to show is FriendChat, which is our communication application, which includes chat room. We use it every day. And we do our, and also it includes a free peer-to-peer communication system. Okay. So of course no one is here to connect with me, but you know it can handle up to 10 people at the same time because it's peer-to-peer, and we use it every day, and it's so much better than Skype because it's peer-to-peer. We've got so much. Of course, we've got a word processor. We've got all the necessary stuff and more, like this one. You can also transform web sites into applications. So Yodis, for example, is our project management system. And actually it's a website, but we've transformed it into an application. And for example, Outlook. Outlook looks like an app, but it's a website, and it's brilliant. You have games. You also have a programmer editor. It's called Fragrate. It's still rough on the edges, but you can still program. You've got command line for the programmers with a Linux type syntax. Well, not here. Okay. So it's a real OS with a lot of cool application. We also have a marketplace where people can sell their games. We only take half of what Google and iOS take. We take 15% instead of 30, or 10 instead of 20, and our goal is to put the author in the front. And we'll talk about that later, but all the payments will be on the blockchain with smart contract because also it's a blockchain-based OS. The blockchain will be part of the system. Smart contracts, as soon as you will buy something, a smart contract will be done. It will be done in half a second, basically. So it's kind of a mature system for the moment. Something I can show you. Do you know of a product called Citrix? Citrix, yes, you know. So Citrix is a system that uses RDP from Windows, which is a kind of team viewer integrated in Windows Server. We have implemented a Citrix-like system in Friend, which is called Liberator, that allows you to run any Windows application in your browser. Oh, yes, I forgot to say, look at this. I'm in my browser, but you didn't know it. You see? So if I'm in my browser, it means that I can have the same machine on my tablet. It means that I can have the same machine Of course. On my phone. I can have the same machine on my fridge, on my TV. So basically, I have one machine that runs on every device in the house. So for example, if I want to play a video on the TV, I put it in the video folder on my desktop, and in the same video folder on the TV at the same location, in the same subfolder, I will find the video. So no more USB keys, no more all this crap and all this transfer, and much more actually. So Liberator. So we are in a browser. So let's start pay.net. So now we are entering the Windows world, and it's a Windows application. And it runs quite well, you know. You can use it, you cannot do games, you know, action games, but for all the rest and all the Office application is brilliant. And remember that we are on a Wi-Fi network, so for companies using the local network, it's as fast as any Windows. And I don't know the price of Citrix, how much they charge for it, but for us it's integrated. You know, you can run even the weirdest. So yeah. So this is the Windows application. And what is cool as well, you know, the Windows server is still running. So I have closed this Windows application, and now if I reopen it, it wasn't closed. So I still have my work, it's still somewhere in the cloud, it's still running. And of course we are going to make a Liberator for Mac. So, but you will have to have the hardware, of course it's Mac. But if you have an old Mac, you just let it run, connect it to your friend's server, because you can have your friend's server. Everything is open source. So you can have your friend's server somewhere on a Raspberry running in your home and have all your machines, including your Mac, everywhere on all your devices, for free. So we're going to make a Liberator for Macs and a Liberator for Linux. So basically in 6 months or 1 year, everything will run into everything. So this is Yodis. This is our task management system, and it's also a website. So actually we are just integrating everything because we are over all the technology. As we are above all the technology, we can unify them, and that's what we unify. So friend network, what is it? So for the moment you've got a network of friend core, well, that's what we call our server, it's the server. It's a network of servers. So a client, one server has got like 1,000 clients on the top. If one client wants to communicate with another client on another friend server, it sends a message to the server that communicates to the other server, and then sends to the other client. It works, but it's a bit slow. So we've developed friend network. What is friend network? Friend network is a peer-to-peer, direct connection between clients. There is no intermediate server. It means that when I send some data from there, in the browser, it's encoded inside of the browser, it gets out in the browser already encoded, so no one can understand it. It goes direct to the other guy, to the one you're talking to, and it's decoded inside of the browser. So, it's impossible to decode. So it's very private, and it's very direct and very fast, with the ping times like 10, 20 milliseconds between the machines. Okay, friend network. First, you have to define your setup, and then you activate friend network in the setup. You define a community. Communities are kind of groups that are one inside each other. It's a kind of definition of a new system of being friend with someone. So when you save, what do you see? Oh, you don't see it, but there is here your icon, and you see there a friend network drive, and you also have immediately access, even if you do not have a server on your machine, from your web browser, you will have access to your local drive. Like if you're running Windows, you will have access to CD inside of the browser by the means of an extension that you install in Chrome. Okay, now I'm adding friends. Now these friends appear there. You can see that. you know, their icons is appearing. So now I have a privileged communication. It's the social OS. It's an OS with communication embedded in it. So if I put my mouse, I see I can start a live chat. I can send him a notification, send him a message, send him a file, send him a folder, sending an application that will run. So first I will send him a notification. Very simple. So you can follow if it's read or not. And when he sends me a notification, I get a bubble. Okay? It's a notification I cannot answer. Okay. And I'm going to send him now a message. And so you can also have conversations right into the OS. It's a prototype, of course. You know, the interface has to be redone. It's not very sexy for the moment. Artists have not worked on the interface. It's all done by programmers. So I received the message from Lionet. I can open it. You know, it's like a messaging system included in the system. And it will interface with email. So if you receive an email from someone who is registered as a friend, his email will appear in your bubble. So one center that will filter everything. To share a file, you just take the file and put it on the icon. And on the other side, the file is automatically downloaded in the back. And when it's ready, and only when it's ready, you can open it. That's it. So I received this image from the other side of the door. To share a folder, okay, can you share the code example folder? Yeah, drag and drop, and you share the folder. So it's instant networking, and it's really new. Now, in the friend universe, you can connect to anyone in half a second. Anyone in the world, and later you have access to this file system. You have access, like files and folder, and the remote drive is mounted in the system in half a second. Look, on the top, I open my phone, Galaxy camera on Galaxy S8 appears. I close my phone, it disappears. Okay? So basically, I take photos, and I want to show them on my TV. I just open my phone in front of the TV. I will see the icon. I click on it. It's just the same photos. It's GG, my little girl. And of course, it's a normal drive integrated in the system, so I can drag and drop the files as well. It's just a folder. And imagine you take a 1/4 of an hour video at a party with your friends. How are you going to play it on the TV? You know, if you want to play it on the TV, a 100 meg video, unless you have an iOS device, you have to wait until Google Drive has uploaded up, and then you can play it eventually on your TV if you have an Android TV. In Friend, you will just open the folder of the camera and stream from the phone, and that's it. No download, so the video will be immediately visible on the TV. And much more. At the end of September, I'm still in the process. You will come in front of your TV. You will have the video playing on your phone. And you will just do that, and the TV will appear. You will be using, say, Word on your phone, an application, and you want to go to work on your desktop. You arrive home, you work in the bus, and then you want to work on your desktop. So you go in front of your desktop machine and you do that. The application itself will disappear from your phone and will appear on your desktop at the exact same position of everything. The cursor, the mouse, the undo, everything will be the same. So it's basically a liquid application. And if you want to work again on your phone or your tablet, on your TV, you take the window of the application you want to use somewhere else and you drag it on one of the icons and it will appear there. So now application, they move from device to device. It's real liquid software. At work, it works. On my computer, it doesn't work yet. Okay, and the friend network drive. The friend network drive will show everything that's going on. It's going to be a fabulous drive because it's going to be a drive that is live. When people connect, the icon will appear. When they disconnect, it will disappear. So you have all my communities. It will show everything that's happening on the network. And remember that it runs on everything. The vision for Friend. Integrate the cloud and peer-to-peer networking deep into the OS. Make it easily available to developers with easy API. In Friend, you can create a multiplayer game, a 10-player multiplayer game online. You start the system, it's like 5 instructions. And then you get all the message. To connect to a drive of someone or one of your friends the other side of the world, it's 1 JavaScript. And then you get the message and you tell them the drive is mounted on your system. Of course, with years it will get more complex, but still, for the moment, the system is really fresh and clean. The future of Friend. Friend phones, we are going to make hardware. So on Friend phones, with Friend Network, the phone will go back to what a phone is. But I don't know if you have realized, but a phone is not a real computer. It doesn't interface easily with anything. You cannot put it on a local network, for example. You can, but you have to add an application on the phone itself and then on the PC itself. Well, it's not on the router, so it's very complicated and no one does it. The phone is an autistic device, and it's only an application player. Even to make a call, you've got to start the phone application. So basically, everything on it's not a phone anymore, and it's not a computer. It's something. So the Friend phone will be centered on your contacts. So it will display your contacts, the Friend network contact, the same as the one that was there, with the same easy access and exchange of everything. You will have like this that will recap all your communication with someone. So I'm sending a file, sending a video, sending an image. And when you want to make a phone call, you just tap on it and you've got the phone call. So it's going to be really, really easy. So what we want is power for everyone as well. Last week I've been working on power sharing, and unfortunately I cannot show it to you, but I will show you the interface and talk to you how it's going to work. Power sharing. It means that on my phone, I can click on a button, it will launch in about 1,000 computers to do the task, and it will go not 1,000 faster, but say 500 times faster, because you've got to transmit the data, and I will get the result. And I will be able to do that on my little phone. I could have the power of a Create 2 if I want, by just one click. And the code is ready, it has to be tested. What you will be able to do in Friend is share a percentage of power for free or for money. So I say, I want to share 33% of my power of this phone. Then my phone is like, please come and make me work, I will make money. When I want some power, Friend Network asks, do you share power? Yes. If yes, how much? Okay, I present it to the user. Do you accept? Yes. Okay. And then when I need some task, the code is sent to the phone in a tunnel of security made with iframes and encoding, so it has absolutely no access to your phone. It runs the task, and you will see a little counter, you're making money. Like that, oh cool. And when it's over, you've made that, and the function has worked on the other side. So we will be making power application, like a 3D rendering software, the render button. Imagine you buy 3ds Max from Autodesk, but you buy it for Friend with the option of 10,000 rendering engine at Autodesk. So when I click render, it will not render only my phone, it will render at Autodesk on 10,000 machines. So like a 2 hours 8K movie, Hollywood movie will be rendered in 10 minutes instead of 5 days. And just with a normal device. So the power sharing settings. So you share your power. You can say, I only share it with the community I'm part of. So if you're in a company, you will share all the machines of the local network to together. So basically the graphic artist of the company, when they need some power to render, they will get the power from the accounting. Of course, but the accounting will not even know it. And they won't make money. And you can also get the power from your friends, and then in case it's free, or from all your devices. We all have at least a phone, a PC, or several PC. If your family, the kids has a PC. Before the family shares this power, I mean, when you need power, you've got 5 or 6 computers running for you in the back to do your stuff. So basically, you're not obliged anymore, except for graphic incentive like games and things like that. You're not obliged anymore to buy expensive machines with a lot of power, even if you want to do powerful things. With friends, you just buy normal machines at normal prices, and you share, and everyone benefits. The future. So the future, we are going to make hardware. So hardware, we're going to make laptops. On such laptops, you will have at the same time the server and the client on a very basic Linux distribution, just like Chromebooks. But, no, Chromebooks don't have a server, I'm sorry. It will be better than a Chromebook. So you've got Linux, the friend server, and the client. But it will boot full screen, you won't know it's Chrome in the back doing the display. What does it change to have a server on your local machine? It means that it will work offline. What I'm showing you, that for the moment in the browser doesn't work offline. But if you have a server on the same machine, which I have when I develop, it's a local machine. It's when you install an application, the JavaScript code is saved locally on the server, so now it works offline. It's only when you need to be connected then that you will need to be online. So it will be just normal computers, and the notion of being online or offline is going to disappear. But the key is that if I've got a laptop with a Francois server, from my phone I connect to this laptop. So it will be the very same machine that will run on my machine from my laptop. The server will be on my laptop. And this laptop also could host like 10 other, 100 other machines, you know, because these machines are beasts. This little laptop could host 100 machines for, say, the whole building where I live. And I mean, there's too much power. There's too much power now because it's shareable. We had to make machines because OSs were autistic. They didn't share anything. So each machine had to be bigger. But since you start sharing, you don't need that race on power anymore. If everyone has got cool machine, then you can get a percentage of that. That's enough. Okay. The future. One of my tasks is certainly in December or January, I'm going to work on a 3D workspace, but not a game, not a toy. It has to be usable, both in VR and AR. So you all certainly remember the second film after, you know, the blue guys. Avatar, where they have these computers in front of them, the screen floating. This is feasible in AR, because in AR you just impose an image in front of your eyes. So in AR, the AR workspace will be like in Avatar. You will have the screen floating in front of you, and you could put your hand inside of it. And, I mean, this can work next year. AR glasses are done, and the rest is just 3D game programming. It's so easy when you're a game programmer. So it's going to be a gesture-based user interface using devices like the Leap, which is a little scanner, 3D scanner. So you will take files like that and drop there. You will have your virtual device, and you will be in the middle of a fjord with the Dolby 7.1 sound of the nature around you, and you will be on a floating desktop, something like that. I want something really good. And it has to be usable. Wearing a VR headset the whole day is impossible for the moment, but AR glasses are better now. And you know, have you seen that the Magic Leap is out now? And this system is really fantastic, and as soon as it's on sale in Europe, we're going to interface with it. Okay, the friend phone. The friend phone for the moment, Android is based on Linux. So friend will be based on Linux. So on this phone, you will have a friend core server as well as the client. So this phone, I mean, it's 8 cores, this one. So there's a lot of power. You will be able to share like 30% of this power's phone and make money. And I will tell you how we make money, because there's a whole token and ICO thing here. The key is that also for developers, it's the application that run on the desktop and on the phone are exactly the same. There is no SDK, there is no Android Studio, nothing to install. The phone is just another computer. You plug it in Flame Network, you got a drive, you save your executable on it, you click on it and it runs. It's not a mess anymore, it's just a normal computer. Integrated. That also talks. And yeah, we're gonna do everything open source. Okay, this one we've seen, and the Friend Watch. You know, there are some really cool technologies for watches. You've got this little scanner that detects the fingers in a radius, in that radius over the watch. So the Friend Watch is going to be like that. You know, you won't even have to touch it. That's the key. You watch a watch, but you don't watch it. Only for time. You watch a watch for time, but you don't watch it for anything else. You know, because it's too small. Everyone has been trying to put some big interfaces in the watch. You don't. It has to be big gestures and like that, and that's it. That's the watch. But you will have friendship on it, and the camera will be in front of you, so you will be able to talk like that and not like that. No. So everything will be run by smart contract, and the future is that all the file system will be validated on the blockchain. So when you save a file, a hash of this file is saved on the blockchain. So now you can prove legally that you are the author of the file. Of course. And then all the modifications are kept in the tree of modifications. So imagine a movie studio. They create a folder for the movie. The first file to put in is the scenario. And then everyone adds its own stuff. And all this is condensed in a legal time machine where everything that is added to the folder is not only validated, but also recoverable by the time machine. So all the legal is done by the system, automatically. That's what we want to do with the blockchain. It's a proper use of the blockchain at the lower level, so that all the apps can use the blockchain in a very simple way and make smart contracts. You will have some options, you know, make a smart contract will be one instruction, and it's going to be very easy. The team, because of course it's a common project. This is the founder over there. This is a real submarine captain in the 10 years as a submarine captain in the Norwegian army, Davy. This is a real star of the old-time computing. He was the CEO of Commodore Business Machine in UK, so he sold millions of machines. So we've got only good news. There's so much I can tell. So, if you have questions.
Thank you very much.